This is an Insane Cast production. You are listening to Thanks for Watching, the All Movies Podcast, with your cast, DJ, Beth, Joe, and now, thanks for watching.
Welcome to episode 119. Wow. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I forgot what we were doing here. Yeah.
The beginning of the show.
Which is really, I mean, I guess it's sort of redundant that I say, hey, it's thanks for watching right after Josh just said thanks for watching.
Yeah, but you do it. It's kind of endearing. It's fine. Everybody likes to hear your voice say it, I think.
I love saying it. I don't know why.
I know you do.
I mean, I do know why.
I'm pretty sure he just walks up to people on the street and goes, hey, I'm DJ from Thanks for Watching.
Yeah.
And people are like, who is this crazy man?
There was remember last week I talked about the person that said DJ on the TikTok, who's trying to pronounce my name on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, I went into her thing again, and she did it again.
Oh dear!
And so I broke it down. DJ of TFW, and actually I talked about the podcast and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
good.
She might be listening. So.
Hey, TikTok lady.
Yes. I'm trying to remember her name now.
Oh, shot down.
I'm such a jerk like that. But, well, also, in my defense, like, what I see as far as a name is like a username.
Also,
thing.
You're not super great at remembering names sometimes. So.
I really suck at names. They're really bad.
Why don't we do this? We will pretend like this didn't happen. We'll edit it out, and you can put in the person's name.
That's a good idea.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yeah, I like it. Oh my gosh. Now, here we go. Yeah, it's yeah.
Look it up, fool.
It's her username is at RBF or RBF_meh. So,
okay.
I mean, I guess I don't really know her real name.
Yeah, but, I mean,
so
thanks for maybe listening at RBF_meh.
Yes, thank you. Wow. So, she's cool. Yeah, anyway.
Sweet.
Cool. Where was I? Oh, yeah.
Probably contact information.
Starting a show. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the ticket.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I'm DJ.
I am Beth.
And Joe is moving.
That's right. So he will not be joining us this evening unless some sort of miracle of moving occurs.
That's right. And zap, he can get into the show, like in the middle of the show somehow.
Yeah, and if he does that, we'll all be like, ooh, because moving sucks.
Yeah, we hate moving. But, like, anyway, he's not really moving, like, into a new place. It's like, he moved stuff out, moved stuff back in. So
he basically had to move back in.
But yeah. How was your weekend, Beth?
It was good. I got asked to officiate a wedding, so...
What?
That's fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be socially distanced, and in October, because Halloween is on a Saturday, and also it's an even year, so the groom will be able to remember the date.
Oh, hilarious.
What's
the date?
Halloween!
Oh, it's on Halloween. I'm just thinking the whole month of Halloween.
Nope. The month of Halloween. You're starting to sound like me.
Oh, sorry.
There's actually only one day, apparently, of Halloween.
Oh, got it.
Not an entire month, which is not the truth of what I subscribe to. It's currently Halloween for me.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Always Halloween for Beth. So that was fun. How about you, Deej?
Well, just throwing up that whole idea, throwing out. Okay, throwing out the idea. I'm going to a wedding in October. Up in your neck of the woods. My niece is getting married.
Oh,
yeah,
well, that's cool.
So that's definitely going to be another social distancing kind of a wedding plan.
Yeah.
So, and her fiance has has COVID-19, but he's getting better.
Well, that's good. He's on the mend. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
How is she doing?
She tested negative, so
wow.
I mean, I don't know how she didn't get it, but all right.
Lucky her.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay.
I'll just have to.
Good for them.
I'm not taking off my mask while I'm there. Love you guys.
But it's, I will be in wedding pictures wearing a mask.
Yes, definitely.
And I have been assured that at the end I can say, poof, you're married.
Poof,
and
you're
throw
married.
glitter in the air.
Oh, I love it. That's totally awesome. I hope somebody's recording that.
Oh, I'm sure that it will be recorded.
Yay. Very cool. Did another TikTok. Been doing TikToks. You've seen a couple of them. So that was also my weekend, trying to decide.
More TikToks. I saw the Twinners were over.
Yes, they were over. The peanut butter jelly one. That was high energy. That was fun.
That was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yes, and very complicated. But see, you could see the new wall, that whole wall, and that one where I did the Young Frankenstein thing. That one was also, I was actually leaning, the very first clip, I was leaning on the podcast table. It's the Cardassian table, yeah. So that's getting set up. So pretty soon I'll be able to move my stuff over there. Although it's stinking hot in that room. The AC is not working properly over there, so I have to figure out how to draw that cold air into that room. So we'll figure it out. Especially since
ice cubes.
Yeah, what's that? Ice cubes?
Fans, ice cubes.
Yes, it is sans ice cubes.
No. Fans.
Oh,
ice cubes.
Got it. Totally.
It is sans ice cubes, but if
fans and ice cubes, yes. So we'll have to do that if I want a podcast in there, which I really do. So because it's totally going to be the multimedia room. So whereas where I'm at now is technically my office, and it's my office. I don't want to go to a podcast plain place. I go to work.
What if your podcast was work?
I wouldn't call this work, but if we got paid a lot more, that would be even better.
Man, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, if we got paid like an actual annual salary to do these podcasts, can you imagine?
I can.
That'd be awesome.
Imagine.
Yeah. So we just, need somebody to start paying us $300,000 a year. Someday.
Yes, please.
Someday. Yes, please. We each get $100,000 to do the show.
That's right. To do the show.
That'll pay for a couple movies.
It's such a glorious dream.
It is, isn't it?
Let me just relish in that for a moment.
Yes. It could be a reality.
Yep.
So, August is coming up, which means my book has to get released. Yeah. Just so you know. My book will be released in August.
What is your release date?
I haven't picked. That's why. See, I haven't picked.
I was going to say, how have you not been plugging this at the end of the show for like the past 6 months? Because you don't know. Got it.
Because I don't know, yeah. But I'm going to start because I know it's in August that it'll be released. I don't know the release date yet. So, I really wanted...
You have like, is it 31 days in August? Is that right?
Something like that, or 30 days.
I am terrible at days like that.
Yeah.
It's super important information like that.
Well, the calendar's
31 days.
Well, calendar is developed based on certain mathematical things, and
well, there it is.
Yeah, so that explains that.
Understood.
So, entertainment news. I don't have any. Well, I have one good news. So let's start with the bad news. First one, Regis Philbin.
Aww.
88. Wow, he was amazing. Like, I loved watching him.
Final answer.
Yeah. Final answer. Yes. Oh, I forgot he did that show.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and then...
Are you going to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I want you to do it.
Okay. Olivia de Havilland, who was 104, the last remaining living member of the cast of Gone with the Wind. She has gone.
Yeah.
With the wind.
She has, yes.
But 104, I mean, that's solid.
That's
well done.
Yeah.
It's also kind of funny that her character was the one in Gone with the Wind out of the main core of characters that we followed that wasn't a husband who died.
Oh.
I mean, all of Scarlett's husbands died. But, yeah, she was the only one who died. And then she was the longest living. So, rest in peace,
yes.
both Regis and Olivia.
Yes. And then the other news is Disney Plus. I know it's Disney Plus, and I'm trying to think of it. It's the Great Ivan, or Ivan. What's his name?
I think it's I don't know what you're actually talking about, but I know what the name, or I know the movie you're talking about.
Yes, it's about a monkey. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd save me.
I'm trying to. The one and only Ivan.
The one and only Ivan. That's it. Thank you. Going straight to Disney Plus. If it's not there already.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. I know that's going to be the name of one of our titles. So.
I think wasn't it last week or something?
No, we didn't actually make it that. It was.
Oh, that's right. We had way too many choices.
We did. There's a lot of choices come out of our shows of what the title could be, and so
it's true.
I know that one's coming. So anyway, so that's the other news. So Disney's. Also. Oh yeah, I know what else in the news. Oh, come on, DJ.
Oh my.
Think
yeah.
of it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Tenet.
I didn't even.
That's it.
Okay.
Tenet has been indefinitely pushed back. They don't have a date. They're like, we'll wait. We're going to sit on that. And I think some studios are deciding to sit on a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're couching a lot of stuff.
Yeah, just say, we'll wait till it clears up, then we'll put you out into the movie theaters.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen there. So that's all the news I have for now. Until there's other movie stuff that we want to talk about. So, hey, if you have news that you want us to talk about on the show, please send us a message. And how can you do that?
Email?
You can email it to us. That's right. Shout out at tfwmovies.com. But if that's too old school for you, we got other ways that you can do it. That's right. You can text us. You kids today and you're texting. Yes, 512 podcast. But please don't send your news in emoji because I don't think I will understand it.
He might.
Well, maybe. We'll see.
Or he might ask one of us to help him.
I definitely will ask one of you guys to help me. Yeah. So the phone number is in digit form is 512-763-2278. And for those whippersnappers that really like social medias, we got social media for you. You could always contact me at TikTok.
You could.
Yeah, DJ of TFW. Okay, so, but then there's the basic ones, the ones that have been around since like 2009. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just look for us at TFW Movies. Ta-da! Wow, that's the smoothest that's ever gone.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That was smooth. But what would you say my favorite way to contact us is?
That would definitely be Patreon.
That's definitely Patreon. Patreon.com/TFWmovies. That's where you can find us. That's where you can support us. We've got several supporters already, and we would love one more at least for Joe. He would be eating a Twinkie Wiener sandwich.
Eat that Twinkie Wiener sandwich.
Eat it. You got this. So, he will like it. I know he will. I'm betting he's going to like it.
I'm not 100% sure that he will, but,
I know Crackhead
he's going to do it. He's dedicated. He's committed to do it.
That's true. He is. He's dedicated. He will do it, which is super cool. So, anyhow. All righty. Well, anyway. Oh, yes. And so there are perks, by the way. Like, you could be listening to the show live, which nobody's doing right now, but everybody's busy. Crackhead Blue is moving as well. Yeah. Yes. And then we've had Wendy on here before, the 29 Toes guys. But the 29 Toes guys are super busy right now, like, raising kids and having kids. Movie lists. That's right. Endings that you would like to change. Correct. And I think we should start with Crackhead Blue, like we always do.
If you know Crackhead Blue like I do, you will know that there is a movie that is on both of our lists. Her list contains one movie.
Yes, it does.
It is The Rise of Skywalker.
That's right. You guessed it.
Yep. Definitely thinking that there could have been some different endings situationally involved there.
Right. Like, I think the lightning could have been red.
Oh, yes. I'm sure that's what she wants to change about it. Was the color of the Force lightning.
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe it had something to do with Adam Driver. I'm thinking.
I mean, I think it actually had more to do with the character arc of Ben Solo.
Yes.
But looking at Adam Driver is never a bad thing.
That makes sense.
I think it has to do with a number of things, but yes, Adam Driver as well.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, that was a guess. Good guess. So we have a couple. Yes. So Teresa, she says La La Land.
Oh.
She would like to change the ending of that. Susan had some good ones. She says, I'm tired of King Kong dying at the end of these films.
Right?
So I'm guessing she'd rather him die at the beginning.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I don't think she wants him to die at all.
Exactly.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to say this might be a spoiler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, you know how sometimes we say it's been 20 years if you haven't seen the movie by now?
Right.
It's been a lot longer than 20 years for King Kong.
Good point. Good point. She says Godzilla also.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and then here's another one. It goes a little bit into more detail. The movie Next. She says it's a total cop-out rewind at the end, which I totally agree. And also don't like them changing the rules about seeing more than a couple of minutes into the future. Totally
there you
agree.
go.
Yeah.
That's very wise.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Susan, for that.
Yeah, good call,
Joshua
Susan.
Struthers. What? He chimed in this week. He says, all right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Da, 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 da.
Harry Potter.
Oh.
And he says, the Durskys are sacrificed to Voldemort. Oh, yeah, the Dursleys. Sacrificed to Voldemort.
Okay. I can... Sure.
I mean, if he could change the ending, he would do that.
Okay. Oh, are we supposed to explain what we wanted to change about it?
We don't. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
If you wanted to, you could, and if you didn't want to, you didn't have to. It's not a big deal.
Okay, got it.
So Sherry, my sister, there you are.
Sherry!
She said Jaws. She wanted to change. And one of her biggest things is she's tired of the animal dying.
Yeah.
So, sorry I did spoil it again.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty spectacular explosion.
Yeah, it really was. So, yeah. So that's it. That's the listener list. That's it.
Good listener lists, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you ready for our cast?
Let's do it.
All right. Yes, let's do it. Okay, my first one and foremost, like the one that just really, the ending really ticked me off.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine if they didn't end it this way. Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
When they said to be continued, that was the most irritating thing. If they had just not done that, I would have been just fine. and then just said, hey, guess what? In about 6 months, there's going to be another movie. You know, I would have been happy with that. Just end it without telling me there's more.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Which brings me to Endgame. Endgame, that was like, I really was not happy with the way that ended.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
But there were a lot of people that weren't happy with the way that ended, so, you know, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, that's what because I was talking to DJ about this before we started the show.
Oh, yeah.
I only have 3 movies on my list because I spent a lot of time really trying to understand what about these movies really made me want to change. And most of the movies that I like that go on my lists, even if I didn't like the end of the movie, I see why it had to end that way.
Right.
These 3, well, really 2 of them, I don't understand why they had to end this way. And one I'm just annoyed at so much that it goes on the list.
Well, I have 3 more on my list, but I'm curious if one of them was the same.
No, go ahead and do your 3.
Okay. Titanic.
Okay.
And I bet that's on a lot of people's lists, because why the heck did they have to kill Jack? They didn't really have to.
They didn't.
He could have just been saved, you know. But that was the tragedy.
Could have fit on the piece of paneling.
Yeah.
All they had to do was go at it from different sides, and it would have counterbalanced.
Bingo. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Another one that was called Knowing. I don't know if you know this Nicolas Cage film. Where he like digs up, or his son has like this box. What do they call they buried the box for several years.
Time capsule.
Yeah, time capsule, and then they bring it back, and well, his son had this one bunch of numbers, and he finds out it's like the end of the world, or a big sun thing is going to happen and destroy the world. But the end is he sends the kids off.
Yep.
And
not everybody has seen this movie.
Okay, and then that's kind of it, and I'm like, I would have liked them to have done something a little different with that.
I understand that.
Yeah. And then lastly, it's just like a scene or a part of it that I would love to have changed. A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Yeah, and that has to do with the dad. And you guys, if you have seen it, you know what I mean. And if you haven't seen it, watch it.
I'm there with you on that one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that on my list right now.
Oh, okay. Good.
So then I have 4 movies on my list.
Oh, rock on.
Because he didn't have to do what he did.
No, he didn't. Ugh. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and
That's the
agree
title
with you
of
on
the
that one. So, my list, The Village.
Oh, okay.
Why? That could have been so much cooler if the ending of that film was not what it was.
Yeah. You're not alone. There are a lot of people who feel that way about that film.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. Of course, Rise of Skywalker, because I have very strong opinions about the way certain characters should be treated, that they were not treated in that particular fashion. And then the third one, which is the movie that just annoys me so much, is Inception.
Oh.
Like, I understand why it had to end the way it did.
Yeah.
But it's just so obnoxiously annoying to me.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Right?
I just want to know.
Yeah.
And that's my list.
That's your
So The
list.
Quiet Place, Rise of Skywalker, The Village, and Inception.
Got it. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are tough ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think all of the other movies that I don't like the way they end, like, I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
To either forward storyline or to, wrap it all up but fart noise.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's the cast list. Joe is super busy, so.
Yep. He's moving all sorts of furniture.
Yup. So that's Joe. Joe's busy, so we don't have a list from him. But I'm wondering if he might have some similar. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, I guess.
Joe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Joe, I think.
But he could have something more obscure like E.T. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Never know with Joe.
He's just like, you know what movie I really didn't like the ending of? The Fifth Element. What?
What?
Should have blown up the planet.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right? Never know.
Could be anything. Always keeping us guessing, that sheriff.
That's right. So, all right. Well, next is... stuff we're putting in our eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And our alphabet movie soup plan is moving right along. This week,
right along. Sorry.
Beth had a movie choice. What was your
That's
choice,
right.
Beth?
I chose Bandits,
Bandits.
which stars Bruce Willis and Cate Blanchett and Billy Bob Thornton.
Now, how did you pick Bandits?
Well, I went through a number of movies that started with B and was going to make you watch a number of movies, and then I realized none of them were on platforms that you guys could both watch. So, lucky you didn't have to watch The Beautician and the Beast or The Burbs. Instead, I went to Netflix and just put B in the search and scrolled down and down and down.
And down.
And down. There are a lot of Barbie movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Yeah, Barbie movies, and then there's another weird B named.
And then not until after I decided that we should watch Bandits, I remembered that Bedknobs and Broomsticks is on Disney Plus, and we all have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, I would have watched that for
yeah,
sure.
I actually ended up watching that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I was just like, fine, I'll watch this too.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so what did you think of Bandits?
Well, Bandits, I've seen before. I saw it, many years ago.
At the release time?
Probably. Although I was working on films more than I was making them or watching them. So, but somehow I did end up seeing this one, but watched it again the other day, and freaking, I love this film.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's fascinating to. I think it was ahead of its time.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
With like the feeling of documentary to it, and
yeah. The feeling of documentary, the rawness.
Yeah.
Penny was saying, gosh, haven't we seen a movie recently that's a lot like this one? And yeah, there's a Robert Redford film that seemed a little bit familiar to us that was like that.
Which one's that? I don't...
It just came out recently.
It's like...
Where he's a
was it
a
called,
bad
like,
guy.
The Old Man or something like that?
Yes, I think that was it. The Old Man and the Gun or something like that.
I'm gonna Google it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was
That's
called.
what it is, yes. So where he goes and robs banks, and that's what he does for a living, and he's figured out the perfect system, and he's super nice, and da-da-da-da. This one, similar concept. The only difference is there is not the...
Old Man and the Gun, yep.
Yeah, not the Old Man and the Gun. They're just a couple of young guys. Although,
Right, there's a lot of hair on the Bruce Willis that isn't usually there anymore.
Yeah. And they really downplayed what I would call like the LGBTQ kind of thing, because that woman was after both guys and wanted both guys to be.
So she's poly. That's fine. That's cool.
Yeah. So that was fascinating, but they downplayed that a lot. I
think they just sort of treated it like it was normal.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So that was fascinating. Like I said, ahead of its time, because.
Yeah. I thought the way that they handled it was really good. I was like, yeah. Get some, girl.
Right?
If you like them both, go to town. Enjoy. If everybody's willing and consensual, enjoy.
Right? But I really want to know is the one night when she went to both rooms.
Yep.
And said she was going to the other room.
Mm-hmm.
Where did she actually go? Unless
maybe
I missed
she
something.
Went swimming?
Maybe. I'm like, did she go sleep in the car? Did she go sleep on the beach? Where the hell did she go?
Oh my goodness. I like that in this whole movie, with all of the things that happen, that's what you're curious about.
Right? I guess everything else was explained.
It's true. It were.
And I hadn't seen it in such a long time. In the very end scene, I was like, oh, I bet they're going to do this. And sure enough, they did it, which was cool. But, I mean, I can't say that it's not because I haven't seen it already, because I did.
Right.
But
it's not like you, ooh, I saw it coming a mile away. Ooh, I saw it coming 12 years ago.
Right? But Penny will look at me sometimes, and I'll watch a movie. Like, this will be like the 4th or 5th time, and I will still have one of those gut-wrenching laughs. And and it's the funniest thing in the world, and she'll turn and says, haven't you seen this before?
You've seen this before.
And I'm like, well, yes, but it was still funny.
But it was still funny, yeah.
So I love movies that withstand that. And
that stand up to the test of time, even with silly hilarity.
Yeah, and I think this one did. I think that it would have been a little different, again, with the camera rolling and all that stuff in the behind the scenes sort of look,
right?
Documentary style that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't withstand the tale of time, but it was still relevant. Like, people now still get it.
You didn't like the way that they shot the documentary style stuff, like.
Well, they shot. Yeah, I mean, I like the way they shot it. Here's the thing. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Okay. But will my niece, who's getting married in October, get it?
Okay, I'm confused as to why she wouldn't get it.
Well, I think some of the language that was being used was a little outdated. I think that the TVs in the background were very outdated.
That's different than you. Okay.
So I have that backwards. Okay, never mind then.
No, I was confused by what you were saying because you know
the props in the language don't, but everything else does.
I mean, look at the fashion too. We're gonna.
Oh yeah, I guess we go to fashion.
Everything moves on, DJ.
That's true. That you got a point there.
We are old people now.
Don't say
we
that.
We should just try getting into heaven because we remember the days when you had to wind up your cassette tape that got half eaten by your stereo or your Walkman. With a pencil.
Yes. Got it.
So, it's just, you can't really fault a movie for not knowing.
That's true. You can't.
I can't fault what's going to happen in the future. And
that's true.
That you're,
good point.
How old is Kaylin now?
20-something. 22.
Holy crap, that's young.
23, I think she's 23.
But, like, that's like saying that we should know now what movies are coming out in 15 years.
Yeah, good point. You got a point.
And how people will dress and how people will talk in the future, in the year 2000.
Right. So. Yeah, that makes sense. That really does make sense.
Sorry.
So, but still, great film. And I'm glad you picked Bandits, because that's going to be really awesome.
I liked it too.
So
I think that scene with Cate Blanchett and Bruce Willis singing Total Eclipse of the Heart will go down in history as just a weird scene.
I just loved how he put that blanket up to separate, and you guys does that work?
And Billy Bob Thornton's hypochondria is so good. And then also, of course, the one most uttered line in my house from Bandits is absolutely Beavers and Ducks.
Beavers and Ducks.
We say that more than anything else from that movie.
That's hilarious.
Like, I'll just I'll just text it to my mom. Like, I'll be at work or something, and I'm like, I should say something to Mom. Beavers and Ducks. So, yeah. I also like that movie.
Yeah, that was a good one. So I can't wait to find out what C is going to be next week.
Yeah, Joe's going to pick the C.
Yes, Joe picks C. So, cool. All right. Well, Beth, what else have you been watching?
Well, went on a bit of a Disney Plus binge.
Ooh.
So I did end up watching Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. And I realize that I don't think I watched that a lot when I was a kid. And it probably has to do with just the sheer amount of random dancing that occurs. Like...
Yeah.
In all of the Disney movies and all the musicals, people dance, but it felt like Portobello Road, that song, is like 20 minutes that could have been forwarding the story, like moving the plot forward, but instead they're just like doing a Highland fling, and
yeah.
I was just like, what exactly is going on here? But okay, sure, I'll enjoy it.
Right.
We also watched The Imagineering Story again, because I watched it when Mom was at my brother's house when the baby was being born.
Oh, okay.
So she didn't see it, so I made her watch it. That's really good. What else did we watch? I watched The Sound of Music periodically.
Okay.
We just watched how Disneyland decorates for Christmas.
Aww.
Yeah. Because we're not going to go to Disneyland this Christmas, obviously.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Figured we'd have a little Christmas in July. What else did we watch? I've been watching Psych on Disney Plus. Nope, false. On Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And what else? I did a lot of working this week, so I didn't get to watch as much. Been watching a lot of sewing videos on YouTube, a lot of soap making videos on YouTube. I started watching this weird subset of videos where doctors on YouTube react to medical dramas on TV.
Huh.
So there's this anesthesiologist who's been watching Grey's Anatomy, and those videos are hilarious. So if that's something that you're interested in, she gives you medical knowledge and also says there is not this much sex in hospitals. So heads up there. I can't think of anything else I watched this week.
That was still a pretty good amount of stuff.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I started watching a new show.
Yeah.
Kind of new. Like, it's not totally new. Like, started watching Kidding Season 2. It's a Jim Carrey film on Showtime.
Okay.
So, we're going to get that knocked out of the way. But that means I finished watching Season 3 of Black Lightning.
Yeah, how was that?
Which was great.
Good.
Except for they ended up really well. Like they wrapped up a lot of stuff, which was really cool. I really enjoyed how they did that. But they brought back their main nemesis, so he's going to be back doing whatever else in season 4.
Okay.
So, but I mean, he's been around, so it's not like they brought him back. He's just like a reoccurring character that kind of is like a thorn. Like, really, you're annoying, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all the Black Lightnings. I mean, this season was probably the weirdest, the one I didn't like the most.
Okay.
But hopefully, now that everything's back to quote unquote normal, season 4 will be even better.
Okay.
Finished Supergirl season 5, and they ended it exactly the way I hate. To be continued.
Oh,
Right
well,
in the middle of something. Voila, here you go. I'm
Okay,
so mad.
remind me to tell you other things that I watched.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, you keep going.
okay. Supergirl done. Okay. The Flash. Season 6. Just finished that too. Boy, it looked like we watched a lot. And that was ended the same freaking way as Supergirl. right in the middle of an episode. Oh, what? Our 22 minutes is up? Okay. Well, it's maybe 45 minutes, whatever. To be continued to next season. Oh, I hate that. I'm like, really? You ended it like that? But overall, I thought it was good. I mean, I really enjoyed the what was going on. I really enjoyed the... What was it? The Barry Allen's wife. I can't remember her name at the top of my head right now. Anyway,
I was never that Flash invested, so I don't know. Can't help you. I'm sorry.
She's trapped in another dimension, and so I really liked that aspect and how these geniuses are going to get her out of there. So that was pretty cool. Watch The Darkest Minds.
Oh.
I like that one. Frozen 2. Yep. Aladdin, the live action one.
Nice.
Now here's an interesting one. I saw this one on YouTube. There were no commercials. It was Tangled, but it was the Disney Cruise Line show, TV show, or not TV show, play.
Okay, so like they have the big theater on the Disney Cruise Line ships.
Yes.
So it was like a live stage play.
Yes.
But recorded.
Yeah,
okay.
It was pre-recorded Tangled. And there are 3 new songs that are just for the Disney Cruise Line. And so we were like, well, we have to watch that because we want to know what those new songs are. And it was Tangled. And it was really cool. I mean, we've seen the Toy Story one because we rode on that cruise.
Yeah, you went on the cruise.
Yeah. But we haven't seen the Tangled one. So that was a good one. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
So totally recommend going to YouTube and checking out the Disney Cruise Line, whatever it is, their YouTube channel. There it is. And then check out Tangled. I think they have a couple of them. I think they have Beauty and the Beast as well. And I think I saw that one in person, so that was kind of cool.
Okay.
But yeah, check it out if you want to see the Disney cruise stuff. It's neat.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Watched a film, and I'm trying to remember it now, exactly how it went, but it's Desperados. And it's on Netflix.
Is it like with Kevin Kline and Kevin Costner?
No. This one is...
That's Silverado, excuse me.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, this one is... So this lady's wanting to fall in love. Her life is a mess. She can't even get a job because, well, she's a mess. She just doesn't get it.
Antonio Banderas?
No, not Antonio Banderas.
What movies am I thinking of? Jeez Louise.
Okay. So this Desperados really means the desperate ones. Like these ladies are desperate. So this lady basically falls in love with this guy, finds the most perfect guy for her, and he for 5 days he does not respond to her, and so what does she do? She gets drunk and then types out this email to him and sends it. And the minute it's sent, she finds out that he was in Mexico and had gotten into a major accident and was in an induced coma for 5 days. Which is why, obviously, he hadn't called her.
That makes sense, yeah.
So now the idea is, okay, so the email is gone to his computer, which is in his hotel room in Cabo. And he's in the hospital, and they won't go get his computer, so he can't do work in the hospital. So what does she do? She asks her 2 best friends to go down to Mexico with her and find a way to get into that laptop and delete the email.
It's kind of like overnight delivery.
Basically. So that's what happens, and all the silly, crazy things that happen along the way. I tell you what, I laughed a lot. There's some good slapstick, there's some funny stuff that goes on, and yeah, it's super funny. It is funny. Desperados.
Nice.
And it's not like your Westerner type film, but it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Check it out. I think it's on Netflix. I hope it's Netflix. Just for your sake. Yeah. All right. And then next, I watched Deadpool.
Nice.
And 1 and 2.
Nice.
Just because. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm sure there was more, but I can't remember them.
It's rough, right?
Yeah. So I try to write them down like, I probably should have wrote down that I started in the kind of the middle and watched another film, which I'll tell you about later. Tell me about your films.
Oh, they were shows. We watched Warrior Nun on YouTube, which is interesting. It's an interesting premise. Apparently, according to this folklore, there was... it comes down to this. There was a lady who was fighting for the church in, I think, Spain or Italy, and she died during the Crusades, and an angel came down, and to thank her for her hard work in the servitude of God, murdering people,
yes,
he put his halo into her back, and she came to life. And so the halo of this angel has been passed down from like all these generations of these warrior nuns, this sect of nuns that fight for the Order of the Cruciform Sword. And what happens in the first episode is there is a dead girl who is in the morgue, and these nuns like fight. They have a fight and they get ambushed, and the one who has the halo in her back is pretty much fatally wounded. So they take the halo out of her back and they cram it in this dead girl to hide it from a demon that has showed up. And it brings the dead girl back to life, which is great. P.S. She was also quadriplegic, so now she's like, I can run and move and dance and sing and do all of this stuff. So she doesn't want to fight and be a nun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
cool. It's interesting. I'm not 100% sure it's for everybody.
Right.
But it's definitely a choice. However, I will tell you that it ends in the way that DJ hates, which is to be continued.
Why?
Yeah, we also finished watching Cursed, which was, I started talking about it last week with like the Arthurian legends.
Yeah.
And it definitely, there is no absolute truth to these legends. They are in fact legends. So they have made it a little bit different timeline wise than we're used to hearing. As far as like who's family members and who came from what and what Merlin was doing where and that kind of thing.
Right.
But I thought that one was actually pretty cool. Yeah. That's and it's cool. Basically like the same situation where the church and the king want to get rid of the fairy people because they can't be controlled. So
right.
That's all awful stuff that, they're all trying to go away to the other lands, like in Lord of the Rings, where in the last Lord of the Rings, they all go to the Grey Havens to get away from man, because this is the world of men now. I wish they hadn't done that, because the world of men kind of blows.
Right.
Like, I would like to have some fairies and some hobbits and some dragons up in here. That would be great.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
So, Cursed, yes. Warrior Nun, okay. And those were the two that I remembered. And I only remembered Warrior Nun because you said about how you hate To Be Continued.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Curse you, Supergirl Warrior Nun. And,
just the name, though. Warrior Nun.
Oh,
dude, this one nun, like, she kicks ass, though.
That's
like,
cool.
I wouldn't cross Sister Beatrice, because she she mess you up.
Yeah.
And now I'm done.
And now you're done. Well,
that's all I have to say about that.
That's what you have to say. Hey, did you remember what the challenge was last week?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, right? You knew what it was, right?
Yes. I got it.
You know who else got it?
Lucas.
Lucas, yes, from the 29 Toes podcast. That's right.
Sweet.
Yep, he got it. Despicable Me.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Exactly. And that's the other thing I finished watching right when I was done doing the show last week. But I couldn't put that on there. I was like, oh, that would just give it away. I don't want to do that right away. No way.
I might not.
So, anyway, so here's another one. I think we might get a couple of people get this one.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Gotta do my setup. Pow. All right, here we go. Here it is. I hope I stop it in the right spot.
Me too.
Me too.
Oh, dear God, this should be outlawed. Excuse me. Well.
No.
Excuse me. Hello. I need a Band-Aid.
There we go. I can't go any further. It will really give it away.
Yeah, it'll give it away.
Yeah, that was close. But that's a great scene. That's a friggin' hilarious scene. And I won't tell you who the actor is. Actress.
Oh, I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah. So that's the challenge this week. So let us know if you know.
You can do it.
You can do it. All right. Let's see. Oh, one other thing that was going to go in the news, which I thought I'd put it here in future movies and trailers, is dun, 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 Bill and Ted Face the Music will be coming out September 1st.
Oh,
in
yeah.
theaters or on demand at the same time.
I love it.
So
that means regardless of what sort of drama we're in September,
yeah,
we can watch Bill and Ted
anywhere.
Yeah,
anywhere you want. Did I say that last week? I feel like maybe I did.
No, you told me about it, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I did it. I put it on the Marco Polo. So
that's it.
If you're a Patreon subscriber, you already knew about this. If you're not, you did not get the scoop. I mean, unless you have Twitter.
Unless you, follow stuff like that.
Retweeted that as well.
It's okay. We're saying it for those who don't follow you on the Twitters.
True. That's right. See? There you go. So yeah, so if you go to the theaters, you can watch it, and if you just want to stay home and not go to the theater anyway, watch it on demand.
Yep, that's
It'll
the way
be
to
there
do it.
for you. Which that
Perfect.
one I might have to pay for. I might.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom about it. I'm like, how can we not?
Right.
Not only have they come back from being gone for so long, but also it's Bill and Ted. Also,
yeah,
they are really embracing the fact that the world is in kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A flux. It's in a flowing, we're not sure what's going to happen from day to day sort of situation.
Yeah.
So this way, if theaters are open, people can go. If theaters aren't open, people can still see it. They're not going to push it back. I love it. Thank you, movie studio that made Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yep, because they're facing the music.
They are.
Really?
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. So that's all. That's all they got. That's everything I got.
Okay.
Unless you have something else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Very cool. Next week's list. I think we should do Jamie Lee Curtis films.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm for it. I love
All right.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Cool. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. And she's
Also,
done
that
a lot of
meme
movies
where
that we
she's all
like.
angry is really funny.
So if you have a Jamie Lee Curtis film that you like, that you want us to know about, send it to us, 512podcast. Or email, or tfwmovies.com. Wait, no. Yeah, that would be it. You can go there and find something to send it to. Just go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Now I'm all flustered.
Yeah, I can tell.
Holy mackerel. All right, plug something.
Okay. We should plug DJ's book release that he doesn't know the date of yet, but it'll be in August.
That's right. I don't know the date yet, but I have figured out the title.
Okay, what's the book title?
The title is going to be The Nerda-in-Law.
Oh, okay.
The Nerda-in-Law. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of a pun. You'll see when you read it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, The Nerda-in-Law. Also, Coda Ill was already taken by some rock group. So I had to get rid of that title. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll just do Nerda-in-Law because I looked that one up and nobody's got that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then of course I get Google that says, "Don't you mean nerd?" I'm like, nope, that's not what I mean. So anyway, so there's that. Also plug Checho's Standard Tattoo Parlor because I really got to plug him because he's amazing, does our stuff. And if I decide to change our stuff, he'll probably help us out again, which is pretty cool. So I don't think they're doing any tattooing anymore.
No.
But you could always send them a message on their Instagram at the Standard Tattoo Parlor and see what's going on. Because you could even get your appointment immediately when this all blows over. So, Cool. Also, plug the 29 Toes guys. I think they're going to have a new episode one of these days, I hope.
Yeah.
So, what else? Ooh, Joe. He's not here to promote himself. But
yeah, so we'll have to promote his Twitch channel for him.
That's right. Twitch.tv/apostle_OFC, where he streams. How many nights does he stream?
Like 3 nights, right? It's
3
like Tuesday,
nights.
Wednesday, Thursday?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and sometimes a Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's that.
And it's super fun.
It is.
Because he's playing the video games, but he's also engaging with the chat, with the community. And Miss Blue is in there, but she's under the name Bike, or That's a Nice Bike. So, yeah, you can talk to the lady, the legend.
That's right.
It's, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So check that out. Beth, do you have anything you want to plug?
No. I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, you can always plug your mom's business, too. That's always something.
Well, she's not working right now.
Well, neither is Checho.
Yeah, but you can't make an appointment for...
nothing. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she works, like... Her face is, like, 6 inches away from your face.
Yeah. Well, she can wear a mask, right? If everybody wore a mask? No.
Yeah, but then they're also coming into our house.
Yeah, that's true.
So
now is when she'd want an office.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll plug. I'll come up with something to plug for next week. Okay,
that sounds good. You'll come up with something.
I'll make a note. I'll set an alarm. Come up with something to plug, Beth.
You did plug my book, though. That was nice.
See, that was me plugging.
That was cool. I appreciate it.
Cool. Awesome. So I guess we'll just move on to the wrap-up, shall we?
Let's do this.
All right. So this has been a Thanks for Watching.
Thanks for watching.
We would all like to thank a number of people, and we will start with the Patreon members because they're fabulistic. Patreon members, Lucas, Abby, Tyler, Teacher J.M. Strauss, Sean, and Wendy. Thank you so much. We'll thank Blue again later. That's why I've just taken her out of the Patreon. She's a Patreon member, but also we thank her specifically later.
Yes.
I would like to thank Joshua Struthers, who did our intro. Nice guy. Also super uber talented. I would like to thank Big Checho, another super uber talented guy who does the artwork for our show. Anytime DJ asks him to, he's just like, okay.
Yeah, and it takes him seconds too. He'll just draw something up. Here you go.
I'll just whoosh whoosh, and there'll be new artwork for TFW.
That's right.
So I thank Big Checho for that, taking time out of his life and using time that he could be like getting paid for something else.
For sure, exactly.
And moving on to the cast, I personally, Beth, would like to thank DJ for getting us all together to do this every week. Thanks, Deej.
You're welcome.
You're the driving force behind TFW, the heart of the show, if you will. I would like to thank Joe for being the sheriff, even though he's not here and didn't keep us in line this week, but that's okay because he was here in spirit and we thought about him the whole time.
Absolutely. And thank you, Beth. I really appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, thanks. You're a sweetie. Mm-hmm. We would like to thank the silent partners, if you will, the people backstage who keep us from going nuts-a-roni.
Yeah.
One of which is Crackhead Blue, who is just a gem of a human being. And,
absolutely.
And she's awesome sauce. Also, Dorothy Fielden, that's my mom, who can't work on anybody because she doesn't want to get the Rona right now. Thanks, Mommy. Also, she made me macaroni salad for lunch, and it made my day. So thank you, Mom. I would like to thank Penny, because Penny... what can I say about Penny McGee? I've known her for 100 years, and, you know, she never fails to put a smile on my face. And also... She's married to DJ, so.
Yeah, she even got my desk ready for me already. Like, it was a disaster, and I was making dinner, and she came into the office and cleared everything up and said, "Okay, it's ready for your show."
See that? Penny is a glorious, glorious human being.
Isn't she?
She
amazing.
Is. But most of all, we would like to thank the audience, because if it weren't for you guys listening, there would really be no point in us doing this, because we could just like call each other and like send each other memes without bothering the public at large.
We'd play more Mario Kart with each other.
Mario Kart. Yes. So thank you for tuning in, guys and gals. And we hope to see you. Well, hear from you. We hope you hear us. I don't know. Thanks, guys. You're awesome. And don't forget, of all the horrible things that could be happening right now, make sure that you remember the one thing that I'm going to probably say until my dying day now, and that is, be excellent to each other. Beavers and Ducks!
For free!